Hi, David. It's nice to meet you in person.
Good to meet you, Katie.
David, thank you so much for coming in. We're really excited for your results. I'm glad you're finally meeting Katie in person. So we are all very excited to see what you've got for us.
Yeah, I'm excited to brief it.
Andy and Paul are at Rocky Mountain Ranch, a place where researcher Katie Page experienced strange anomalies almost 50 years earlier as a young girl. With additional evidence of high strangeness at the property, including reports of odd humming noises, disembodied voices, and UFOs, the team has brought in David Morehouse, a remote viewing expert, to help them pinpoint areas on the ranch they should target for investigation.
I'm going to talk to you about the team. We assembled 70 remote viewers from 6 different countries that produced over 3,000 data points. And there's never been that many data points that have been pulled together, not even in the CIA, DIA, Directorate of Technology and Science program.
Wait, so am I hearing you? This is essentially the biggest remote viewing project that's ever been done.
Ever.
We're doing it right here.
Ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Remote viewing is a process where trained individuals at a separate location enter an altered state of consciousness to detect verbal and visual sensory data connected to an unknown target site. In this case, Rocky Mountain Ranch. The remote viewers were given a masked map, keeping the location of the topography hidden. They then sensed anomalous hotspots on the property that occurred over the past 50 years. The results were then collected by Dr. Morehouse and organized as data points on a map of the ranch.
So this is
wow.
what came out of sensing by the viewers. All of them were on target very well.
All of them?
Wow.
And then we're going to start looking for things called clustering, major clusters, minor clusters that they're putting together.
You're looking over the ranch house right there where the bright light was.
You can see where the barn was. You can see where the cistern is.
All of those areas where I experience things, it's all clustered in those precise areas.
I mean, what we're seeing right here, between your experience
Right.
and what we've read in the APRO report, we know that these are accurate areas of strangeness in the sky reported here. And to see it clustered like that gives me incredible confidence in the source of the data, which are your trained viewers, right? It's not 70 random scattered points.
Right.
There are very clear correlations.
Well, the fact that there are clusters at all, right? Like you said, if these were just scattered all over the map, you'd say, well, you know, this is such a random distribution that's not meaningful. But the fact that there are these clusters at all strongly indicates that there is something that they're all collectively picking up on.
Now that's at 9,000 feet. So I sequence these. So now at 12,000 feet, look at how the clustering changes. Now you can see a corridor beginning to develop. A corridor
And this is at 12,000 feet above the ranch.
above ground level.
I mean, all of a sudden I start thinking about the UFO sightings that Greg has reported seeing in the distance at altitude.
There was a whole string of lights. There was 27 of them. They came from south to north, and then they made a curve, and then they straightened back out, and then they just went out of sight.
That's what I start thinking of when I see this. And
I mean,
look
there's
at
a
that
band
intense,
right over the ranch.
that intense correlation.
There are also a great deal of verbal sensory data captured by the viewers that talked about infrasound, ELF infrasound hums, noises, sounds, you know, ranging from high pitch to varying frequencies.
Hum noises.
Yeah,
High pitch
difficult to sketch hum noises.
hum noises. That's what
That
it
happened
said.
the other morning too. When we were
Right.
out here taking readings, we heard exactly that at the cistern. That high-pitched hum. Did you hear a noise?
Yeah, that's that like humming noise.
Oh, that is a humming noise. I hear that too. That is exactly how I would describe it.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
I mean, what's striking to me is in all of this huge data set, we got confirmation of what you've experienced, you know, 50 years ago,
Yeah.
and confirmation of what we're seeing even now. I mean, this is an ongoing, active phenomena.
One of the things that's so striking about our remote viewing results is how strongly they correlate with the anecdotal stories and the witness accounts of what's happened out here. It'd be one thing if those remote viewing hits were sort of all over the place and didn't make sense given what we already know, but they lined up so precisely.
But I'm even more excited about the fact that they have now steered us in a direction that helps inform our next round of experimentation.
Absolutely. David, thank you again.
My pleasure.
Really
Absolutely
impressive.
my pleasure.
Thank you so much. That was so validating for
Great
me.
work, man.